Back in the day, we were told what to believe. Fast forward to the age of high tech education, you're still being told what to believe. What has changed? A 2-hour lecture can now be condensed into 20 minutes with far greater convincing power. Or has it? Let's enter a high tech classroom and join a physics lecture. Students here are being introduced to projectile motion with a formidable graphic. The maths follows with two separate equations describing the motion along the x and y axis. But the maths continues with the first equation substituted into the second, which leads to a third equation. That seems very complex and unnecessary to most students. Now there is commotion in the class. Let's hear some of the conversations that follow.
Why can't we stop at step 2?
Step 3 carries 3 additional marks.
Is this a maths class or a physics class?
Is this ever going to be useful to me?
But where did all this come from?
I guess this is the most important and vexing question that students have had in the past and continue to have. So change is the need of the hour, and the question is, how do we get this class engaged and where do we begin? A good idea would be to introduce a situation and then begin with a question to the class.
Is force and energy the same?
Let's listen into some of the responses.
Yes, more force equals more energy. No, because force and energy are measured differently.
So the first response was based on everyday ideas and usage of these terms, and that's where the misconceptions come from. And the second response from a fellow student has at least in part cleared the misconception. Teacher is not in the picture yet. Let's listen to the third student.
Is this ever going to be useful to me?
In other words, real world application is what she is looking for. And if we think a little deeper, this child is already pondering about career prospects. Let's respect her wishes. And that now leads us to the second part of the story. So the teacher now proposes.
Let's build a bridge from scratch, shall we?
The first student responds.
How strong should the bridge be?
The second student now suggests.
I think we need to calculate the average traffic load.
The third student responds
Wait
to
a
that
minute,
suggestion.
I think the peak load matters.
These are the kind of conversations we want in our classrooms. The students have put forward all the important ideas even before the teacher has started speaking. So that answers the how. Now let's listen into the fourth student.
But where did all this come from?
He's not willing to take anything at face value.
From their scientific discoveries.
The teacher's response here indicates that the answers lie embedded in the history of science.
Can we learn how they discovered it?
That will be amazing.
And once we understand how,
Then we can make our own discoveries.
The fourth student clearly has an inventor's mindset, and his passion and enthusiasm has spread to the entire class, with the whole class now wanting to learn in a certain way. So now we have an answer to the question on where to begin. Go back in time and relive those moments of discovery, invention, and innovation. That brings us to the next question. Can these two big ideas be merged? If yes, then it will lead to a better understanding of the scientific methods among students, leading to a full realization of their talents and potentials. Dear parents and students, I am pleased to introduce Catalyst, a program designed to learn science through discovery. This program is aimed at students from classes 5 to 10, with the goal of giving them a strong foundational start in maths and science. I'm Dr. Joseph, the Chief Architect and Mentor of this program. It's organized into 4 modules. We'll see them one by one. Module 1 is titled The Creation Story and has 2 parts to it. Part 1 looks at how the universe began and traces concepts such as energy, matter, and forces to its very roots. Part 2 looks broadly at the formation of the solar system, and then we embark on a journey from the core of the Earth to the continental crust, demystify the oceans, and then travel through every layer of the atmosphere. and understand its importance in enabling technologies and in providing a climate that sustains life on Earth. In Module 2, we'll bring to life the last 5,000 years of science and mathematical history by reliving the key moments. But how are we going to do it? Let me explain. This module will have student exercises designed to replicate the discoveries of the early scientists by doing the exact same experiments and mathematical deductions that they did. If you have to understand Newton's laws as well as Newton did, then it has to be your own. That's the whole focus of this module. Own each idea you learn. The question of spaced repetition and active recall will not arise because you're not going to forget it. It's not just Newton's laws anymore. It's your laws as well. Just that Newton was born 400 years before you, so he discovered it first. Students will leave this module with a clear understanding of the scientific and mathematical methods and the context in which the laws, the definitions, and the formulas arose. Module 3 is mathematics and lays down a 3-step blueprint to problem solving in general. The exercises covered in this module will introduce ideas such as order of operations, genesis of formulas, mathematical modeling, the algorithmic approach, design drawing, to name a few. 20 such carefully chosen exercises will help students develop a comprehensive mathematical toolbox. Now we enter the module on physics. It's divided into 2 parts. Part 1 is the basic concept section and will again feature laws, definitions, equations, but the focus would be to understand the stories behind the equations and what they're telling us about the real world. It is divided into 6 sections that is common to all high school physics courses. The exact same topics, only the manner of delivery is different. Part 2 of Module 4 is the crown jewel of this program, where we apply physics to the engineering world, completely hands-on. Students will simulate travel plans to the moon, design bridges from scratch, understand the basics of machine design, construct an environment-friendly dream home, go back to the days of 1G and 2G and design plans to serve more customers with the same bandwidth, using some 2000 years old geometric ideas, and finally design a power plant for a small town and draw up an electrical circuit for their dream home. This will be akin to a preview of what a career in these fields would look like and will help them realize that all engineering applications are transdisciplinary, and no matter which career path you pick, it is still important to have some basic ideas about other fields. To sum up, the highlights of this program: learning science and math in a historical context and discovering many ideas firsthand, integrating a wide array of concepts and ideas into a concept map, assembling a mathematical toolbox, understanding the scientific method, learning physics by going beyond the equations and understanding the deeper meanings that they convey, applying the maths and physics to the real world. For a more detailed description of the contents of each module, please follow the link in the description below. In addition to the immediate goals to provide a strong foundational understanding in maths and science, a head start for competitive exams, and making informed career choices, the broader goal that this program intends to achieve is to transition students from a mindset of 9-to-5 jobs onto a more adventurous and autonomous career path where students see themselves in a larger role as custodians of the planet and take ownership to provide solutions for challenges of tomorrow. Dear parents, if what you've just heard from me matches your vision for your child, then kindly express your interest via WhatsApp or email that is now on your screen with the following details. The program is set to begin in the first week of December. Further details will be notified. My message to students: question everything, but also make the effort to find the answers yourself. Because humanity today is at the crossroads with huge challenges ahead of us, and the onus will be upon you to find the solutions for the complex challenges of tomorrow. Thank you, and until we meet again, take care.